What's up, my man?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. I can hear you. I just can't see you yet.
Let me see.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How we doing?
Pretty good.
Good, good. Hey, so today is all about you, man. I just want to find out more about you, where we're currently at, why we're choosing some online coaching, and maybe some challenges that we're facing in order to get this thing off the ground. Sound cool?
For sure.
All right, my man. So what do we currently do full time?
Right now, nothing. I just moved back to Arizona, so I'm in the process of finding a job in a place.
Okay. So you moved back. Where did you move from?
Washington.
Okay, cool. And what made you want to go back to Arizona?
Just some housing problems. One of our roommates dipped out on us, so we couldn't afford rent.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. What were you doing prior to you move back?
I was doing security over there.
Okay, cool. Is that something you've always been interested in, or is that just something to kind of pay the bills?
Something I just kind of fell into.
Okay. So why online, man? Out of all the things to do, why online? What do you think that's going to give us?
I saw your ad and figured it'd be a good opportunity to find out what you guys are about, see if that's the path I want to take in life.
Okay. Have you had any experience in like fitness before?
Yeah, so I've been going to the gym for a couple of years now. Been doing some martial arts. I teach friends on the side, and something I definitely enjoy.
Okay. So has coaching ever been something like crossed your mind, like, hey, this is what I want to do for a living?
Yeah, so I talked with one of my trainers before. He mentioned getting my certification to be a licensed personal trainer.
Okay.
And then a couple of weeks later, that's when I saw your ad. So took it as a
Cool.
sign.
Did you end up getting your certification, or is that something you're working on right now?
That's something I'm in the process of getting.
Okay, cool. All right. If you see me looking down, I'm just taking notes. I'm old school, man. I have a pen and a pad, man. So
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm not good with the iPads and type. That shit takes me too long to do. So I thought I'd just use a pen, man. All right, cool. Outside of that, what else do we feel like online coaching is going to get us? Are we looking for more financial freedom, more stability, more time? What are we looking for?
I'd say in between the financial freedom, just having that not having to worry about
I got you.
choose my own hours. Another big thing is just sharing what I know with other people.
Absolutely. So what do you think is the biggest challenge to get this thing up and running?
Probably just taking those first steps.
So is this your first steps right now? Just like jumping on these calls, kind of figuring out what's going on?
Yeah, just talking with people who are more in the business, seeing what they know, and then where I can get started from there. I'm starting from the very beginning.
All right. I got you. How many calls have you been on like this so far?
This is the first call. I've talked to a couple other trainers in person.
Okay. And what did they say when you talked to trainers in person?
I just kind of they told me about their experiences, how they got started as a personal trainer, and some of the setbacks they came into.
Yeah, so give you some context. I'm a master level personal trainer, so I did in person. I've done a hybrid. So in person, the average individual trainer will make right around 40K. The ones going through our programs online are making over 77,000. So pretty drastic jump, right?
Yeah.
Because when you go to corporate gyms, you're spending a ton of time trying to build up your book of business, and you're at the gyms for hours, even when you're not training, just to make sure you're, again, building up that consistency and that clientele. Other thing is, if you do decide to go private and you have a good book of business like I did, you're still trading in quite a bit of time. So I was training over 40 people a week, 2 to 3 times a week. So I was making really good money. I was charging about $150 per session, but I have a family. My wife wanted me home more with the kids. So I was gone from like about 4:30 in the morning to about 8:30 at night. So money's great, but I was exhausted by the end of the day because again, I'm ripping and running. Are you looking to kind of do like a hybrid style, or are you looking to be more online?
Definitely hybrid. I prefer in person and then just supplement it with online classes.
Okay, cool.
Were you doing purely online?
Yeah, I am now. Yep. So I work corporate. So down here, it used to be called 24-Hour Fitness, but in the Midwest, Genesis bought out 24-Hour Fitness. So I was a fitness manager for over 2.5 years. I was the leading producer. Problem with that is there's a cap, no matter how high you make at a corporate gym. When you work for yourself, there's no cap, right? Especially with the online platform, you're able to impact more people's lives. So what I was doing as I was transitioning out, when I started getting my own book of business, I started taking it to where I'd have maybe 5 or 10 really high ticket clients that I really enjoyed training in person. So I still had a high dollar, but then the rest of the time I was spending the majority of my time and influence on the online space. So
Okay.
that way I could be more efficient with my time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Are you looking at like getting hired on at a corporate gym, or is that what you're trying to do?
Right now, I'm just trying to get the experience. So if I need to get hired on at a corporate gym, get that experience, talk to people, then yeah, that's definitely something I'll do. And then from there, once I know a little bit more about the kind of that career path, move forward from there. Like you said,
Okay.
online.
Yeah. So quick context behind that. A lot of individuals feel like they have to get certified and work in a gym first. That's actually far from the truth. So we actually offer a certification at no additional charge that gets you equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition, but we teach you how to coach on the online space and actually build a business. If you go to the in-person route, which is totally fine, but you work for a corporate gym, you're building up their book of business. You're not building up your own.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
you're spending more time. So essentially my goal for you, if this is something that like falls in line with what you're looking for, we can be more efficient, make more money a lot faster. Is that something you'd be open to doing, to where you're starting off online and building up your, essentially what we could do is market this to where we bring people to you in person without you actually having to work in a gym. Maybe you just rent out some like a private, spaces. So for instance, when I went private, it was about $500 a month. That was only like one client for me. So the rest of it, I was just pocketing. So I had access to over 3 different locations, but I was making a really good money off of only $500 I only had to pay back to that gym. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So kind of after hearing that, what are your thought process on that?
That definitely sounds like something I want to try out compared to the working for a commercial gym. You made a good point. I'm just building up their clientele.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're going to work you ragged to make sure that you're building in there. The other thing too, man, to be honest with you, is when you're working corporate gyms, let's just say you've got 15, 20 clients, okay? They're going to be taking over 40% of that commission. So you're only going to see a very small amount off of you servicing that client. They're taking a large portion of it. And that's being generous. Even when you get to like a high level trainer, they'll take roughly 35 to 40%, even more than that, 35 to 40% of that overall commission.
Yeah.
So again, you're working a ton of hours and you're getting little in return for all that effort that you're putting in. So I just want to kind of give you some context because I've been through it. I would hate for you to be slanging hours over there for no reason, my man. Cool. Yeah, for sure. Now, as far as industry averages for online, industry averages on the low end, $250 per month for services, up to $500 per month for services. Obviously, you can go a little bit higher depending on what you're offering, but just think about it this way. Let's just say you're feeling good, you're feeling qualified, you feel like you get your certification. Let's just say on average, you're charging right around $400 on average per client per month. Okay. If you had 25 clients in totality at $400 a month, that's $10K a month right there. So there goes your $120,000 a year.
Okay.
Right. What are you currently at security? What were you previously bringing in a month?
Toward my last site, I was doing $30 an hour. So I was looking at like $4,000 a month, and maybe higher if I was doing overtime. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, cool. So even if you had just 20 clients, that would get you 8K a month out on an average of $400. So you're already doubling what you were previously doing, and probably having to work less hours.
Okay.
Right? So that'd be huge. It's gonna give you more time back to do the other things that you're really passionate about. Like, do you have hobbies, or do you like to travel? Like, what are some things that you like to do?
Yeah, I'm big on traveling martial arts. I just spent a month in Japan and a little bit of Asia.
Very cool, man. What was that like?
It was a blast, seeing different places, meeting new people. So definitely, that's why I want to get into this. I can do more of that, and then have more time for like martial arts.
Yeah, man. Like, you can literally make money while you're on vacation. It's that simple. Me and my wife went to Costa Rica about 8 months ago, and I was picking up international clients, not even trying to at the gyms. People are like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, funny you ask." And then I give my little spiel, gave a business card before I left. I had signed 2 international clients, which was pretty dope. All from a gym, and I signed them up while I was on the beach. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I met
it gets
plenty
no
of people
better.
doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure, man. I like it. Cool. Outside of that, it sounds like you what you tried is you talked to some in-person clients, you've looked into possible hybrid and some certifications. This is our first steps. Anything else that we've tried?
Not really anything else? I mean, besides, practicing, training some friends.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Now, as far as time wise goes, if you can dictate anywhere between 10 and 20 hours per week, we're in a pretty solid spot to like really get you up and running and making some like legitimate headway. Do you feel like you could dictate that 10 to 20 hours per week?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, anything over 20 hours per week, you're in a dangerously great spot. Okay. So the way that this course will work is it's not one of those things where you get the information, you go through it, and then come back and execute. You're executing as you go. So our main focal point first, before even introducing you to any type of business strategies, is getting your first couple clients. Like that's what we want to do. Get you paying clients to establish ourselves as an actual business. Then we build up your systems from the back. Okay. So we're trying to build you up as you go versus other individuals feel like they have to get certified first. They feel like they have to set up business things. They feel like they set up a website. We take care of all that throughout the entire process for you. Cool.
So certifications is going to be involved in that process?
Yeah. So we actually have an optional certification. It's no additional charge, but it'll allow you to get certified as equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. So we're talking about the foundations of nutrition. So whether you're going to, for weight loss or weight gain or muscle gain, how to build a healthy plate, intuitive eating, macros, foods that will help reduce inflammation, foods that are good for digestion, stuff like that, gut health, right? And then on the opposite end of it's going to be fitness related. So the art of coaching, program design, programming variables, things of that nature. The other really cool thing is we provide done for you programming as well. So that's one less thing you have to worry about. And that saves you hours of work a week. Yeah. So the program's already done. So say, for instance, you have an individual who maybe necessarily can't do back squats. You can just go in, there's a drop down menu and you can just substitute out that workout with something different. Saves you a ton of time.
Okay.
So that's going to be a game changer for you as well. Cool.
And then you mentioned earlier that like $250 a month was on the low end for some personal training, 400 was good. How do the sessions work with that? Like how many sessions do you do a month for that?
So if you're doing like you're not going to do like a lot of people will think online training is, let's pretend that you're my client. People think that I'm watching you work out. No, we don't. We want to save time. We want to be efficient, right? So what I do is based upon me and you would have like a call prior to you being a client, I'd be figuring out like what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your overall goals are. And then I create a customized program 6 to 8 weeks long, right? Based upon your specific needs. And then my program, we'd have it to you where you're set on terms, whether that's 3, 6, 9, 12 months or 4, 8, 12, whatever it is you're offering, right? But you're changing out the workouts every 6 to 8 weeks. So we have progressive overload, things of that nature. But they're going to be checking in with you. So say, for instance, I gave you a program, we'd have a weekly check-in. I'd be like, hey, Ricardo, how we feeling? Like, what's our stress levels? What are our energy levels at? You could be sending in form videos. I could be critiquing that, right? So you're just making out full-fledged programming for them. You're not actually having to sit there and watch them execute.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to save a shit ton of time. That's how you're going to be able to double the amount of people that you help. Right? Because if you're sitting behind a computer watching someone, we're not saving any time at all. We just traded out from being in the gym in person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Into essentially do the same thing from behind the screen, right? So yeah, we want to make sure we're maximizing your time. Cool. All right. Outside of that, man, in the next 4 to 6 months, how would you like to see your life different than where it's currently at?
One, for sure, more financially free.
Okay. So everyone's kind of got a different terminology of financial freedom. What does that look and feel like for you?
Not having to worry about, okay, I have to save some money, this and that. If I want to buy something. If I want to travel, I'll be able to travel.
Not worry about any bills, travel, book that flight, take that trip, right?
Yeah, just remove that stress from my life.
Right. Just run that card, right? Run it. Let's do it. Cool. Now you're in Arizona. Are you back living at home with you? Like who's helping support you right now?
So right now I'm back with my mom's place until I find a job, get that steady source of income. And then once I get more established, get my own place. And then that's when I start setting down roots and start working on stuff like this. More.
Yeah, 100%. Let me ask you this. Does your mom know that you're on the call today? Does she support you?
She does. She doesn't know I'm on the call today. I just kind of do my own thing.
For sure. I like that you have a family. It sounds like your family's pretty supportive and they want to make sure that you're taking care of it all points in time. Is that right?
Yeah, of course.
Cool, man. Outside of that, any other reason why we're on the call or anything I need to know as far as let me ask you this, needs wise, what do you need from like a coach or a mentor? Are you someone that learns from directness? Do you like more accountability? Do you want guidance? What is it that you're needing?
Just more guidance. I learn pretty fast. I just really need the exposure. I just need to see someone who's been in the industry just kind of tell me how they did it and just see them do it. And then I can take what I need to from there.
100%. Cool. So at the end of this thing, on a hypothetical, we're hitting our goals, right? Let's say that we're hitting, by the way, that brings me up to our next point. What is your financial goal? What do we want to make, starting off, and what do we want to make best case scenario?
Best case scenario, like you said, making eight grand a month. That's pretty solid. Honestly, I can live very good on that.
Okay. And then best case scenario. So we start off with 8, so that's going to give us about 96,000 a year. What else from there? How big do we want to make this thing?
As big as it can get. If not 8, then 20. The max.
Let's go. Easily done, my man. Cool. All right. So if finances or anything put finances aside, if you could do one thing in this world for a career, would it be coaching?
Coaching or some teaching? If
some level of teaching?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let me ask you this. So let's just say after this presentation, this has got everything that you want. You're like, yes, this gives me exactly what I need to get me to my financial freedom. It gets me to that stability. Would this be something that you're ready to move forward with?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. Next, what I'm going to do, share my screen. We're going to go over a high level what we have to offer. And I'm going to actually show you how I'm going to get you past that 8K. I'm going to show you how I'm going to get you to 10K. Cool?
Yep.
All right, my man. Let me know when you can see my screen. We'll party.
All right.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. We're actually accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a rating of an A out of a possible A+. And we're also backed by 3 of the largest certification in the companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Now, on the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We've got 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coach. So 10K Accelerator is where we're going to start out at. It's great for an individual such as yourself who's really trying to make some impact on the online space, might even need a certification. The information in this course will get us from 0 to 10K in as little as 4 months. Now, Mastery Level is when we're hitting 10K on a very consistent basis. This could even be before 4 months. So if you're just killing it, you're hitting 10K on a couple months in a row, we can always ascend to Mastery Level. And that's where individuals are looking to really make that 100K per month, kind of move away from the coaching aspect, start becoming more of that CEO of their own business, if that makes sense. Yeah. So right now we're going to focus on that 10K Accelerator. Would you agree?
Yep.
Cool. Now this program is broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do, get you some clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We're going to help you generate leads organically utilizing AI and ChatGPT to make things more efficient. We'll also develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach and sustain 10K per month. Cool?
Yep.
All right. On the support side of things, it's second to none. You will have an assigned one-on-one coach. The individual that you will be a coach with is the one that has completed both 10K and Mastery Level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own built off the information in this course. You'll have a customized game planning call with them to review where you're at, where you currently want to be. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks to revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, and get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the upcoming weeks. When you're averaging about 2 to 3 Zoom calls per week and you completed the sales module, you'll be introduced to a private sales coach. This individual will help you maximize your return on investment and close down those sales calls at a 40% clip or greater. Bi-weekly roster group coaching calls. You also have 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. This would go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, even case studies. And then you also have 24/5 tech support with your coach. Outside of those game planning calls, you can ask them as many questions as you like. Now, becoming an entrepreneur in general, but especially a fitness entrepreneur, it's cool, it's exciting, but it's also overwhelming. So we help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, and meditation sessions, which we are calling it the Zenpreneur method, making sure you're always moving forward within your business. As far as the resources go, you're going to have the course curriculum. You'll have the Zenpreneur method. I mentioned this earlier. We're going to have done-for-you programming. We'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements. And we also offer that optional certification as discussed as well at no additional charge. Any questions on that?
No, I'm guessing this is pretty similar to the fitness coaching some coaches offer.
To a degree. So there's a lot of fitness coaches that offer assistance, but as far as all inclusive, no. So you'll have some coaching companies that are really good at like maybe just marketing and advertising, but they don't tell you the process on actually how to be good at sales. Marketing and advertising is worthless if you're not good at sales. Some of them will teach you about, running ads. What's the point of running ads if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know how to deal with those incoming traffic. So we're helping you set up all of your systems, which you'll see here shortly.
Okay.
Here's the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K. Phase 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. We're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are and what we're about, and we're going to utilize very specific strategies to get your first couple clients. Phase 2, we're going to start setting up your back-end systems, get you a fully legalized business, and we're going to figure out what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll help create your offer and pricing. First 2 phases will be done within that first month to month and a half. Remaining time will be in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, we're going to teach you organic marketing strategies to expand your overall reach. We'll help you generate leads with our community lead generation method, which we use WhatsApp group. We'll teach you basic sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales skills. We're going to create consistent delivery systems, but we're going to emphasize customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time. Any questions on the 4 phases?
No.
Cool. This is the actual program itself, 32 modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The link in the videos are tutorial style. First step to becoming a full-time coach. This is where we're going to implement all those strategies, and we're going to give you resources. The resources are already done for you. So again, it maximizes our time. The accelerator directory, you can view this as onboarding material that will help you become a better student. Shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacities. The roadmap is going to take you in 2 phases. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? What do we need to do to get to 5 to 10? Step by step, so you'll always know the expectations. And then based upon your goals and the lifestyle that you want to create, we want to put daily and nightly routines in place. Then we'll also help you overcome fear of failure, imposter syndrome, anxiety. Those are all natural, normal feelings, but how can we move forward with our business? We've also identified the top 10 struggles you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've provided solutions to each and every one of these. And then as far as administrations and systems and ChatGPT, this is where things get interesting. Have you utilized ChatGPT before?
Yeah.
Yep, it's basically like Google on steroids, high-powered virtual assistant. We're gonna show you how to utilize this for content creation, free resources, even setting up programs and nutrition as well. Backend systems, we'll show you how to utilize Waiver, Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls, True Coach or Trainerize to upload all of your programming and all of your nutrition into one spot to make it more convenient for your clients. Same thing for your financial systems. We'll show you how to set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and out of your business, how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance, health insurance, all the business legalities, okay? Cool thing about this, if you're gonna file your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. We're partnered with an AI company called Taylor Brands. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to complete all of your business legalities. So we're more efficient when we save more time.
Okay.
Target setting, creating your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision, deep diving into your specific goals. And then next, we're going to identify what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we create our offer and pricing. So understanding your value, is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you or do it yourself program? The more that you do and the more that you offer, the higher the ticket offer. That high ticket offer is established upon your length of terms. So we help with the overall structure of your pricing. Any questions on that?
No.
Cool. Next, we're going to dive into organic marketing. So we're going to show you a multitude of different ways to expand your message and reach and not have to come out of any pocket, any money. So the cool thing is we'll show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 14 different pieces of content created out of just that 1 hour. So again, it's all about being efficient and consistent. And then we'll show you how to expand your overall message that you're trying to convey to individuals by setting up podcasts and YouTube. From there, we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting. Very specific strategies and resources in each platform. Same thing with Facebook as well. We'll take it all the way down to even the hashtag use, how to maximize reels, and your page aesthetics. TikTok, same thing. We're going to maximize your overall capabilities here to expand our resources and generate more leads. From there, content creation made easy. We'll introduce you to Canva Pro, Canva Basic, and Microsoft Designer. Great editing features to make your page more aesthetically pleasing, good for branding and logos as well. And then the 10K lead generation framework, the first of which is what we call earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people raising their hand to come to you first. So we'll show you different strategies and resources to bring more people specifically to you by utilizing these type of examples here. Opposite of that is what we call conversation and calls. This is outbound marketing. So this is you reaching out to individuals first. So we'll give you specific scripts, we'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships and have more intimate one-on-one conversations. From there, if you're going to be, oh no, forgot about this one, referral. Referral strategy is the easiest way to grow your business. That's like friends, families, coworkers, people that you already been working with. We're going to show you different resources and ways to incentivize them to bring more referrals without actually having to ask. And then if you're going to be any type of entrepreneur, you got to be good at sales. We'll show you how to maximize your sales capabilities to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's like a 10-minute screening call, figuring out if you really want to work with that individual, if you can actually solve their problem, which will lead us into our closing call. So we're trying to lock them down, turn this lead into an actual client. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We're going to teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be a game changer, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it, then how to lock down that lead once and for all. Once we lock them down, we want to go back and track all this. So we want to track how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of term. So we're going to give you resources on how to track this more efficiently so we have predictable data from month to month. Objection handling is going to be all the excuses someone's give this to you as to why they can't start your program. We give you over 30 different examples of what you're going to hear most frequently on the online space. The more we can familiarize ourselves with these objections, the easier it is to overcome on our final calls. Client onboarding process, probably the most overlooked area. This is someone's first 30 days in your program. So we need to make sure standards and expectations are created here, how their check-in process is going to look, the week-to-week makeup, and then also making sure we get them a resource in their hand within that first 24 to 48 hours while we're building out their program to build trust. Client delivery is the fun stuff, week-to-week process and how you deliver services, but how can we do this more efficiently utilizing ChatGPT and AI? Also, we'll introduce you to the art of coaching and what to do if someone's ghosting you, if they're not listening or they just want to quit. Usually they want larger community involvement. Some of them want more individualized one-on-one touch points. Some want challenges. Some want to be incentivized through gifts. So we'll give you resources and strategies to get them to execute at a higher level on a more consistent basis. From there, we'll move into customer support, the not so fun side of things, cancellations, refund requests. How do we track it? How do we mitigate it? And then lastly, we're going to move into client retention. We want to keep people happy for long periods of time, advance them to the next levels of your program. How can we do that? How do we track it? Any questions on that so far?
Nope.
How are we feeling? There's a lot of stuff to take in.
Pretty good so far.
Awesome. All right. The program itself is 4 months long. You're going to have your customized game planning call. You're going to have that one-on-one coach all 4 months. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have a one-on-one sales coach. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming and optional certification in the business course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing?
I don't think so.
Cool. Questions for me so far?
None so far. I've seen pretty similar programs before.
Cool. Now, did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
I kind of glanced over them, but I didn't really sit down and read.
Cool. I'm gonna share just a couple with you. So this is Karina. Karina was making about $2K a month. Her main goal was she wanted to travel and spend more time with her kids. She didn't want a massive company. This first tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. After 6 months, she was contracting 10 to 12K months on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month and she works 35 hours a week. Travels. The reason I showed you her is because you mentioned traveling is a really big deal and you're a family-oriented guy. So I want to show you that one. As far as how big we can take this, I want to show you Jen. So Jen is an IFBB pro. That's her husband, Darren, right there. She was a physician's assistant at one point in time. Then she started her fitness online coaching business in 2015. Really couldn't get over the hump of really where she wanted to get to. She started NLCA in 2021, and now she's contracting 100K months on a consistent basis. She had a whole team underneath her. So she's a 7-figure earner, which is amazing. 12 staff underneath her. As far as averages, this is a pretty big deal. 73% of our students sign their client month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. So those individuals that sign their client month 1, by the end of month 4, are averaging over 8K per month. The individuals that don't sign their client month 1, but by the end of month 4, are averaging over 6,500. So just to be a basic mediocre individual, just put in the bare suggested offer or the bare minimum work, you could expect to make 6,500 to 8K, which is pretty damn good still.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. People on average are quitting their jobs in 10.6 weeks to go full-time on their online fitness business. And then the students who do stay with us, they hit 10K a month. It takes them down 13 weeks on average to do so. So just over 90 days, you could be in a completely different circumstance. Have your own spot, financial stability, doing the things that you really want to do. And the students who stay with us 12 months or longer have 97 clients on a roster. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging $366,000 per year. Which is pretty damn big, right? They're killing it. And right now, our students are grading the program a 4.6 out of 5 on average, which means they're getting massive results for their respective businesses. Any questions on that?
None so far.
Cool. Now, you mentioned that this seems like a pretty average program. Can you tell me what you can compare that to?
Not really average, but I mean, like similar to some other things before. There's a CrossFit program I was doing back in Washington. It's pretty similar to this, but it's more in person compared to online. And I can see why a lot of people wanted to like stay. I mean, it was a lot of money, but there's a lot of people there. People love the sense of community.
For sure.
People love, they don't have to plan the workouts. They just show up. They have the guidance. And I think that's why people were willing to pay so much.
Yeah, for sure. And essentially, you're right. It's going to be the same way for the online platform. We're showing you how we can create community, right? How do we develop more of a rapport? The workouts are already planned out for you. So that's less thinking, less having to do it, just you executing. And then you're having guidance with your nutrition as well, step by step of the way, right? So if we can solve these people's problems, they're going to want to pay that money because they want to feel like, a more optimal life, right? Now, do you feel like this program would get you the goals that you're looking for?
Yeah, definitely think it'd be a great resource to have.
Cool. Do you feel like with the additional support and education, this is something that you'd be able to execute on your own with the additional coaching that we're providing?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Cool. So how are we feeling? Is this something that you feel like you'd want to invest in?
Definitely, depending on how much the initial price for the program would be. Like I said, I'm currently without a job, so.
Yeah, 100%, man. You've been very transparent about that, and I greatly appreciate that. Financing is the easiest thing for me to work around, my man. If you feel like this is 100% in alignment with what you're looking for, we have extended payment plans and financing options that will get you in the door. Cool?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my man. So do you feel like this is like fully in alignment with what you're looking for?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good resource just to get me started. And then from there, once I have that experience, I can kind of tailor it to, my own personal needs.
Yeah, 100%. I like that, man. Okay, let's talk about this thing, man. What's this going to cost us? It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing, man.
Oh,
There's a payment plan of $7,300, and there's a paid full option of $6,500 that saves you $800. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
what was the first one? The prepayment.
The payment plan was $7,300, and the paid in full option was $6,500 that saves you $800.
Paid in full. I mean, the 65 would be pretty nice, but I definitely do not have that kind of cash right now.
Sure. The majority of individuals will do a payment plan. Shit, I did the same thing as you. Okay. So let me break this down for you. I know right now that we're out of work. So let's go into more of like the financial options, the financing options. Okay. So we have one company called SweetPay that allows us to take that $7,300 and we spread that out over 12 months instead of 4. It's only 5% down. So 5% of $7,300 is like $360 something. And then plus a one-time service activation fee of $59 would bring us to $424 to get started today. Your next payment wouldn't be due until the end of July. And then your monthly payment from there would be about $622, which is equivalent to you needing like 2 to 2.5 clients per month, depending on what you're charging to make that back. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that's more reasonable?
Yeah. Breaks it up into easier chunks.
For sure. Let me ask you this. How good's our credit? Good, bad, great, awesome? What's it look like?
Say it's pretty great, actually.
Cool. What do you like? What do you think your credit score is around?
It should be around 760, 770.
Cool. So let's try this one too. So we know for sure SweetPay, you're going to get in the door for that one. Okay. The other one is called Fund My Contract. And what this allows us to do is we take the $7,300, but it breaks the $7,300 into very small chunks if you get approved. Okay. So the approval rating is going to go based off of debt to income ratio, how long you've had your credit, stuff like that. Okay. So it's worth a shot because I want to see what cards we have to play. So at the end of this conversation, we have a better direction on where we want to head. But the cool thing is it'll be a 6 or 12 months, same as cash. So give you an example. This one guy got approved for like an 84-month loan. His monthly payments was like $166. Now, the 6 months, same as cash. The program itself is 4 months long, right? We guarantee you 3 times your investment, or you get your 100% refund back. So essentially, he'll be able to pay that thing off way before the 6 months, right? So if you pay it off before the 6 months, no interest. So I just mentioned the 3 times your investment guarantee. Did you get a chance to hear about that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so a lot of companies will have a money back guarantee. We have a 3 times your investment guarantee. So essentially, if you attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard, attend all of your one-on-one group calls, or I'm sorry, one group support call each week, all your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month, run a scholarship within the first 90 days, no late payments, only spend 2 weeks on your optional certification, and run a scholarship strategy in your first 90 days. We guarantee you will 3 times the amount you invest in, or you get 100% refund back guaranteed. Year to date, we've helped over 3,000 students. We've only had a return of 1.6%. Okay, so that should give you a little bit more confidence, because at the end of the day, worst case scenario, you get your money back. Best case scenario, you make over $21,000 in 4 months, right? Cool. So let me share my screen with you, because we're going to try this Fund My Contract out to see what you get approved for. Cool?
All right.
All right, my man. Let them know that I'm not a robot. All right. Okay, what's the email address for you?
Be RXCH.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
RXCHAV.
All right.
EasyJR@gmail.com.
This will only take us a couple minutes to find out if you get approved, which is awesome.
Is this gonna run my credit?
All right, go ahead and check. No, this is a soft credit check, so this won't affect your credit at all, just to find out if you get approved.
All right. Damn, did it get off? Still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just double checking.
I ain't going nowhere, my brother. What part of AZ are you in?
Phoenix?
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you're living the life, brother. You're like around all those college towns, right?
Yeah. Except it's
Yeah,
hot
man.
as hell over here.
What's the temperature today?
I think we're looking at over 100.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. That means it probably feels like 120.
Oh, for sure. I don't even want to step outside.
Man, yeah, dude. Like Phoenix is beautiful, but bro, you guys get some stupid hot conditions.
Yeah. On next Friday is gonna be 113.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna be having to do all indoor activities, homie.
Yeah, for sure. Or wait till it's night.
Yeah, even at nighttime though, at that rate, that's like it'll cool down to what, 90?
Well, it's more bearable at least.
Yeah, for sure. Walk out in the night for nightlife and you're still sweating.
Yeah. Burning calories at least.
How's it going? Did you get it filled out?
Oh, on an email?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Did you get the email?
Let me check.
Should be from Fund My Contract.
Looking at 7,300, right?
Yep. Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm filling it out right now.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. So is there a time zone difference from Washington to Arizona?
Sometimes depending on the daylight savings, but it'll just be like an hour.
Okay. Okay, no big deal. So this one just says no lender found, which is not a big deal. That just means that one's not in the cards for us. Sweet Pay will be, that one's not. I got another option we could do as well. Do you have a PayPal account?
No. Yeah, I think my biggest challenge would be since I'm not currently employed.
So this is the thing, Sweet Pay has over a 90% success rate. Let's try this out just so you can see it. Again, this won't affect your credit just to get a check too. And that takes like 2 minutes. You cool with that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's try this out. I'm gonna drop this link in our chat and then we'll fill it out. It literally takes a couple minutes. Like, how long ago was it from your move to when you were doing security? Like, how long have you been out of jobs?
Just about a month, maybe a month and a half.
Cool. Check that link in our chat and fill that out. This one has like about a 90% acceptance. I had a guy yesterday who has been unemployed for longer than a month or two, and he got approved. So it's just I think we have a pretty good shot at this one.
If anything, I'd be willing to contact you later once I get a more stable source of income and then see our options from there.
Oh, for sure, brother. So even if this doesn't work, man, I'll still stay in contact with you. I just want to make sure we have every option on the table so you know what's going on as of now.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'd just rather be transparent than wasting your time, you know.
Dude, you're not wasting my time. At the end of the day, I want to make sure this is something that you get excited about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So today was, dude, even if you can't move forward, we just want to make sure that we're in alignment with you. Now it's gonna ask for a loan amount. You just put in, oh, yeah, so you got an offer. Cool. All right, my dude. I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can kind of see exactly what we're looking at. Let me see where my screen share. You got approved the installments, which is awesome. Boom. Let me know when you can see this.
Yeah.
Cool. So purchase price 7,300. 5% of that is 365 plus a one-time service activation fee of $59. That'd be $424 to get going today. Your new loan amount would be $6,935 spread out over 12 months. Your monthly payment is $622.67, which again is about 2 clients, depending what you're charging, 2 to 2.5 clients total that you need.
14%.
So yeah, your typical credit card is usually at 18.99. So that's not terrible. Think about like when people are paying off credit cards, they're usually not even questioning that. So small, this is the other thing too. Remember that program itself is 4 months long. You pay this off, there's no penalties at all.
Yeah.
So you can pay this off early, but it gets you to where you're financially free.
Yeah, makes sense.
Is that something you feel like is more doable now?
Yeah, for sure. No.
All right, you ready to lock and load and commit?
But I feel more comfortable once I have a steady job. That
Cool.
way I don't have to worry about not making payments and getting stuck with paying interest.
Totally get that, man. So let me ask you this. Okay, so ideally, most people are going to say the same thing, like, hey, if I get some steady payment, I'll make it. Now, reality is when most people make that move, they don't really come back. The reason I know is I didn't come back for over 4 months and I had really good money. I was just nervous as shit. So you're going to have anxiety, fear. Now, the top-notch coaches and entrepreneurs, you can think of anybody. Think of Elon Musk. Those type of guys, they take action based upon where they see themselves and where they want to be, not their current circumstances. So typical guys like that, they make quick decisions and they rarely change their mind, if ever. Whereas people that will overthink, overanalyze, and over-research will change their minds completely, like all the time. They have a harder time committing to a process. Now, is the process always the exact perfect process for those individuals that think fast? No, but they've committed to it. They find a way to make it happen. I'm committed to, I have a coach as well. Coaches have coaches, right? Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, all those guys have coaches, the best in the world, because they know they can get them to that next level without having to try to figure it out on their own. So if we can get to the point where you're no longer struggling in as little as 4 months or less, that'd be worth you taking that risk. That's really not a risk if you're going to 3 times your investment and get your money back.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand. But like I said, that move kind of really put me in a tight spot. I'm not trying to avoid it. This definitely seems something like I want to do, but I feel like it's safer for me to wait till I'm more have more financial cushion.
Sure, I get that, man, 100%, and I respect that, because it's scary as shit, and it should be. If you're not scared or having a little anxiety over this, you're not normal. Like, this is a life-changing situation, right? Do you think that maybe your parents would spot you a little bit?
Maybe, possibly, but like I said, this is something I want to do on my own. So my struggle is something I got to figure out.
100%. So right now you want to just like hold off? Is that what, right?
Yeah, like I said, hold off. I'm definitely going to look back into it, and like I'm not just going to say no. Just
Sure.
Like I said, I'm being completely honest. I'd rather be more financially stable.
No, dude. I mean, I need to make sure it's in 100% alignment with what you got going on. So I don't want to make it to where you can't eat or you're nervous, right? I want to make sure that we're good. Now, the other thing that we need to think about, just giving you some context, just challenging you a little bit, okay? Right now, it seems like we're in a rough spot, but think about what we do have going for us. If you take action, you're not having to pay rent right now. You're not having to pay fees to eat, right? So this is an opportunity for you to actually get ahead of the ball game versus prolonging it. So if you were my client, right, or if I was yours, I said, hey, Ricardo, the program that you showed me is everything that I need to get me back to being a solid dad, spend more time with my kids, get my health in check. But I just need to, I don't know if I can really do this right now. What would be your response be to me?
Essentially what you're telling me now. Give them the spiel.
So I'd say you do the cheat code to this. I'd say, hey, if it was me, I'd say, hey, I get this, but right now you've mentioned that You not following the plan has gotten you into this perpetual cycle of constant state of struggle and not feeling optimal and not being a present father. Are you willing to settle for that? And if you are you willing to allow your kids to have to be settled for that as well because of your decision? So at this point in time, if you don't invest in your health and fitness, you inevitably invest in your illness tomorrow. Do you want to spend a little bit of money on continuing to better your improvements? Or do you want to spend a shit ton of money paying for doctor's fees and seeing them for 15 minutes while waiting in line for about 2 hours?
Yeah, makes sense.
On medication. So if we're flipping it to this, right now, your current circumstance to a lot of people would seem like a disadvantage, but really we can look at it as an advantage. Like, we're home, we're around people that support us and love us. Right now, we're in between jobs. We don't have an interview or anything lined up. So this is an opportunity for us to dictate even more time and show your parents that you're willing to take action and you've found a solution to this problem. We've already mentioned that you're successful on following a structured game plan.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, I just don't think it's the right move right now.
Cool, man. Well, I get that. So what I'll do, I'm going to send you like a free mini course because I want you to go into the mindset like you became a student today.
Yeah.
Okay? Just slowly start tacking that away. And then what we'll do is we'll just stay in contact like once every couple of weeks just to check on you, see how things are going with your job search and how things are going at home. Cool?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And then if you're like, hey, dude, I feel a lot better, I want to make something happen, we'll make it happen. Zero pressure. Cool, man?
Yep. Appreciate it.
All right, boss. Hey, I appreciate your time today, brother.
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. Later.